Hi CA, this is Gina Tupper, softball coach from Concordia Academy here with a light break for you today. So I'm in my backyard to show you the building project that's been going on over at the Tupper household. So behind me we have the beginning of the chicken coop. So last night as we were sitting around at dinner, my daughter asked to go out and check on the chickens that were in our garage. And when she went out there, she was surprised to see the largest of the chicks had flown out of the box on top of the tool bench and was down on the floor. My husband had a little more urgent look on his face about how soon the chicken coop needed to get done. So here we are, and it's a time to build. It's always kind of a time to build for us as coaches and athletes. When we're not in season, we're getting ready for the next season. And when we're in season, we're trying to build and get stronger for the postseason. Well, meanwhile, we're still called to build. God has work for us to do in this kingdom, and He tells us to be persistent in our prayers. You may recall about a month ago I shared the wonderful story about the joyful day when my grandmother at 100 years of age was baptized this past October. It reminded me about how that hope can kind of leave us in a given day. We can kind of forget about all the things that we've learned. And meanwhile, God wants us to keep building. He wants us to be building His kingdom. He wants us to build relationships with our families. So, while we might not be able to be building in the spots where we want to be doing things, He calls us to build in our families and those relationships, and to build up our faith in prayer and time in the Word. So the Bible verse that I have for you is John 5, verse 17. My Father is always at His work to this very day, and I too am working. So this past week, I sent out an email to my team, and I mentioned in there that I had just put in a hard workout to make sure that I was ready to throw BP for them. Some might think, why are you even doing that? Do you really think you're going to have a season? But at this point, I'm holding on to hope, and I'm going to keep working hard. And God tells us the exact same thing. There might be people in your life that you feel like you kind of lost hope with, or relationships that you feel like might not be able to be mended. But He tells us to be persistent in our prayers, and to lean on Him, and to remember that He is working to this very day, and we too should also. God's blessings on you. Hope to see you soon.